Hi and welcome to the very first interview on this channel. This is the first video of a series of interviews with young female musicians. We have talked so far about music history from the Middle Ages to the 20th century, and sadly, all the musicians that we have listened to are male. That's why this year, in the European Year of Youth, I want to focus on female young musicians with the aim that our guests may be an inspiration and may encourage you, regardless of gender, to follow your dreams. And today, we are very lucky to have Sheya Lily with us. So thank you very much for being here. And first of all, I think the best way of introducing you is with your own words. So
Mhm.
please let us know who is Sheya Lily.
My name's Sheya. I'm 21 and I'm from London in the UK. And I'm a singer-songwriter and actor as well. So I've written my own music. It's all available on Spotify. I have 2 EPs up on there. I also do live streams and I was a busker for many years. So I earned money through performing. And yeah, that's me.
Well, we have so far you have so far introduced yourself with words. So let's turn to music and know
Mhm.
you through music.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs. And though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. The winner takes it all. The loser standing small besides the victory. That's her destiny. You watch the TV while I'm watching you. There's not many people I'd honestly say I don't mind losing to. But there's nothing like doing nothing with you.
At a very young age, you started singing and acting. How did you decide to become an actress and a musician?
So I went to this stage school called Stagecoach when I was 9, and my mum just wanted me to go for a bit of confidence because I was a really shy kid, and so I wasn't really sure if I was into creative stuff at that point. But I started singing and dancing and acting at this stage school, and I immediately fell in love with it, and it really helped with my confidence as well. And in particular, I realised that I liked singing a lot. So I started getting singing lessons. My dad's friend is a music teacher, so I started having musical theatre lessons, and I started doing grades in my singing. And then it wasn't until I was 13 that I thought maybe I should accompany myself. So I started playing guitar and singing together, and that's when I thought I would start writing my own music, and it all kind of developed from there. And then I went to the Brit School for my college, and that was when they really encouraged us to do songwriting, and that's when I started releasing my music. So yeah, it all started with a stage school.
So, could you give a piece of advice to any child who is thinking about becoming a musician?
I definitely think to take the leap, and I know it's quite scary. I was definitely really scared when I first started singing and playing guitar together, but the more practice you have in front of an audience, the better. So even if you just stand up and perform in front of your family members and then you progress and perform in front of more people, the more practice you get, the better. And I definitely think whether you're debating it, if you're not sure whether to do it, definitely go for it, because it's a really good way of expressing yourself as well.
How important do you think it's for an artist to have the support of his family?
I do think it's really important. I do think you can do it on your own. If you're that ambitious and driven to achieve your goals, you can completely do it on your own, but having the support of people around you really does help. And my parents have been so supportive the whole journey, and they helped me get my singing lessons and helped me with booking gigs and stuff. So they've been amazing. I do think having support around you really helps you to succeed.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. How has affected you all the COVID situation as an actress and as a musician? I think
It's affected a lot. So when the pandemic hit, I was busking, and that was like my main job. Was I was going out every weekend and performing in London train stations. But unfortunately, that had to stop. So that's when I moved over to live streams, and I was using my Facebook page to perform on there. And obviously, it had a massive impact on my acting as well. I wasn't like the whole sort of acting industry kind of shut down for a little while. So I was just trying to do what I could from my bedroom, doing live streams and stuff, and trying to write music in my spare time. But I think a lot of musicians will agree that it kind of affected my motivation. I have struggled the past sort of year or so because of the pandemic, but I think that's quite natural for a lot of people. And now I feel like everyone's starting to get back into things. So, yeah.
so. You have just said that the rise of internet has had a major impact on the music industry, especially in COVID times, and has bring democratization to this industry. The social media platforms allows us to have really close interaction with an international fan base. And you, Sheya, is an example because you can be basically found on any social media platform as Sheya Lily Music, and
Yeah.
obviously also on Spotify and iTunes. So I think it's a good idea now to see what would people find if they follow you on your social media platforms.
Welcome to my live stream. This is Ain't No Sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, and I know that this won't last, but life ain't a fairy tale. It's been the year I've been stuck in myself, and I don't know why, but I forget life before this. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and
As we have just seen since the beginning of the pandemic, you've done several live streams, published covers, even you have released an original. What do you think about the rise of the internet in the music industry? I mean, the streaming services, the social media, and how is interaction with people compared with real life?
I think the internet has been amazing for especially the times we're in now. And it means that you can reach people all over the world, which I love. I've been looking at my Spotify Wrapped and seeing all of the different countries that I've reached, which is just so amazing that you can do that from your own home. So I think that the internet has actually been so helpful for me and doing my live streams and covers and reaching people all over the world. But obviously, for artists, things like Spotify and iTunes aren't that lucrative compared to CDs, and that was always like when I was busking, I would sell my CDs, and that's obviously been a lot harder since I haven't been able to busk. So in terms of like the financial side of being a musician, it hasn't been as good as selling CDs in person and stuff. But in terms of reaching people everywhere, that's been really, really helpful.
Yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. In your head, in your head, always, always, always. In your head, in your head, always, always, always. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you, with you.
Well, we have just seen you basking, so let's talk about it. Some of the most famous artists started their careers basking. Is Ed Sheeran, for instance. In your opinion, how is the feeling on the stage compared with other ways of performing?
I did really enjoy busking because people are just minding their business, going about their day through the train station, and if you manage to catch their attention, that is quite a rewarding feeling if someone stops and listens. And what I also liked about busking is that you can pile together songs from all different genres, and they appeal to different ages, and you can bring in people from as young and as old as anything. Yeah, it's really nice to bring in people, and sometimes like if I'm playing a happy song, like I've had people dancing before, and it's really rewarding experience. Yeah, it's nice to be able to perform in front of people. I think that's something that I've missed.
How would you describe your music style?
I would say it's more sort of like pop, folk, country. It's a mixture of things. I've never really been able to pinpoint exactly what it is, but I have like dabbled in other genres, sort of like jazz pop and things like that as well. But mainly it's kind of country, pop, folk.
Okay, so I would like you to talk a very special original that maybe, as you have just said, doesn't fit your usual style, which is more like pop, folk, country music. Uh, it's amazing as all your originals, but I'm curious. Why did you decide to write a 50s Dream?
I was actually listening. I was 17 when I wrote it, so it was quite a while ago now. But I was listening to a lot of Tom Misch and Rex Orange County and Bruno Major and people like that, and they tend to sort of dabble into jazz a little bit. And I still love them now. If you haven't listened to them, I highly recommend. But I was really, really into them at the time, and they use a lot of major seventh chords and these really nice jazzy kind of chords, and I'd never used that sort of style in a song before. So I kind of set myself a challenge of trying to write a song in their kind of style. So I took some chords from Tom Misch and Rex Orange County songs and rearranged them and put them in my own style. And then I got this chord structure, which I was really happy with. And it was just so different from anything I'd done before. But then I was thinking, okay, what can I actually write a song about? And I tend to write a lot of like love songs and heartbreak songs and things like that. And I wanted to do something a bit different. And I've always been interested in the 50s kind of movie lifestyle, like the kind of 50s that you see in the movies, and the fashion and things like that. And so I thought maybe I'd write a song about that. And then I put the two together, and I was really happy with the outcome because it was so different to anything I'd done before.
Yes, it is so different. So let's listen it.
I'm gonna
Well, and finally, we are going to talk about Finding My Way, which is by far your most popular song. Why do you think is the favorite song, and what's the story behind Finding My Way?
So I wrote this song when I was studying at the Brit School, and for our final major project, we had to write, record, and produce our own EP. Well, we had a couple of options, but that was definitely the one that I wanted to choose. And I already had some songs that I wanted to use, but I still needed to have one more. And I was approached by a guy in my class called Zach Carpenter. And he was like, why don't we write a song together? And I'd never written a song with someone else before. So I thought it'd be a really good idea. And also to have one more song on my EP. So we booked a studio and we wrote the song together. And what I really like about the song, I think maybe why it's the most popular of mine, is because it's quite open to interpretation. So Zach comes from a church and he knows about like the right kind of key for male and female voices. So he was more in charge of the music kind of side of things, and then together we worked on the lyrics. And what I like about it is that you can interpret it in different ways. It's about finding your way, but that could be from meeting someone, or a relationship or a friendship, or you can see it in a spiritual way. And that's what I quite like about it, is that whoever might be listening, wherever they're from, wherever their background is, you can interpret it as it can be personal to you, because it's so open and broad. And I think maybe that's why. And also we managed to write quite a catchy song, so it can get stuck in your head. It's been stuck in my head before, so I think maybe that might be why as well. But yeah, it's really nice. We wanted to write a song about hope, but you can interpret it in whichever way you like.
Great. So let's listen it.
Back to the start of the road, miles away from the place I call home. I just won't make it today, but I'm finding my way. Far from the start of the road, to a place I can safely call home. I just won't make it today, but I'm finding my.
Okay, so Sheya, thank you very much for your time. I think it has been a really inspiring conversation for all of us. And yeah, if you've liked this video, please let me know in the comments. Remember, you can freely subscribe to this channel and like the video and so on. And please say if you want to say anything further, feel free.
Thank you so much for listening, and continue to listen to these any that come in the future.
Far from